good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to Straight Talk on 106.9, the XFM. I'm your host, Bill Paul, and we're talking music today. We're talking to a musician all the way from Camden, New Jersey, over the phone lines. We're talking with Marcus Lacavera, otherwise known Premavara, and he's got some pre-mill music coming out of Boot Camp Records, the Boot Camp Regiment. We'd like to thank Shane Wall for putting him onto us. And Marcus, you're on the air on 106.9 the XFM.
Thanks a lot for having me, guys. I really appreciate it.
All right. Well, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. I couldn't be better.
All right. Well, tell us how you got into the music biz.
Well, I mean, I started at a very young age. My father, he was in the blues, and believe it or not, I grew up on the Mississippi Delta blues. You know, Muddy Waters, Robert Johnson, Willie Dixon, Little Walter, and from there, you know, I jumped into the punk rock scene, and, you know, obviously, you know, Hendrix and Floyd and Zeppelin, and basically took that, and you know, I was always placed in that urban environment, being you know, from Camden, and you know, being one of the only white guys in Camden, and so basically you know, I took to my urban roots, and I really just dug deep down, and, you know, saw beyond the color of a person's skin, and adapted, and really felt some of the gospel and the, you know, and the blues and what it was all about. And without it today, I don't think we'd have hip hop, rock, or anything. So, you know, some of my influences, and you know, that's how I got into it.
And how would you describe your sound?
Right now, I mean, I have so many different sounds. I mean, you know, I can do today's hip hop. I can do Southern hip hop. I can do East Coast hip hop, West Coast hip hop, and then I can also do, you know, hip rock, where, you know, the Linkin Park, POD, Rage Against the Machine type, you know, deal, Limp Bizkit times 10, you know, kind of thing. But yeah, so I like to use a lot of live instrumentation with my music. So even in hip hop, I love to use a lot of live instrumentation.
So where do you compose your music, and where do you produce it?
Basically, I compose and produce out of my home studio. I was brought up and taught by platinum producer Dan Kornoff, who did Paramore, Breaking Benjamin, Papa Roach, and My Chemical Romance, to name a few. Basically, you know, he told me and taught me everything I need to know, and, you know, I run hardware, and, you know, I don't run, you know, little USB mics and stuff like that. I have a full-fledged studio in my house, so.
And your inspiration comes from where?
I would say that my inspiration comes from really the transcending between, you know, one person to another. I think that music is a universal language. I think they got it wrong when they said mathematics was a universal language. Music is a universal language, where two people can feel the same emotion, you know, just with a melody or the same kind of song or some lyrics, or, you know, as long as they identify with it. I mean, that's my inspiration, and, you know, that's what takes me and gets me up every day, and helps me, you know, make music, you know, so.
So what's next for you? You've got some product out there on the air?
Yeah, right now we have in Southern California and like 38 cities, we have BET commercials pushing my one track with Styles P featuring Eagle. It's called Watch the Casket Bounce. It's a little bit more of a hardcore type rap, but if you know Styles P, he's a little bit of a hardcore type person. So, but you know, I've done some tracks with Waka Flocka, The Game, Wu-Tang, Cannabis, you know, Killer Priest, M80, And, you know, I'm grateful to work with all those guys, Slim Kid Trey from the Far Side, and but coming up over the horizon, you know, I'm gonna let this out of the bag. We got something with Lil Wayne coming up, so definitely keep your ears out.
So I guess you're excited about that.
Yeah, I'm stoked about that. I mean, it's just you know, it's one of those things where it's just like, you know, everything's going right, you know, and you're just waiting for the ball to drop.
Now, how about live performance? You doing any clubs?
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing everything I can as far as live performance. I mean, I had a tour lined up this year. In the summer that got canceled, but I am getting married in August, so
congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. My fiance would appreciate it too. But you know, I'm picking up shows. I think I got something in Miami opening up for Q-Tip. There's talks about me opening up for Papoose, and if anyone who knows Papoose, he's one of the most like feared underground MCs, like pretty much in the USA. And aside from that, you know, we're working on a couple other shows with Tyga and Beanie Siegel and stuff like that. So, you know, I got my hands full. June 15th, I'm playing a show around here in the Philadelphia area, because I'm not too far from Philly. I'm 5 minutes from Philly. And then June 29th, I'll be up in Boston with AGR and the Harlem Six doing a little bit of something. So, you know, I'm getting around doing my rounds, you know, as far as shows go, and I'll give it to you straight. My live performance is second to none.
Well, I just wondered because you sound very laid back, but the people you work with are very intense. So
yeah, I'm a totally different animal on I'm a totally different animal on a track, but you know, over the years and wisdom has taught me to be humble, to be thankful, to really appreciate some of the things that I've gotten over the years, and you know, I want to be thankful for that. I thank God for that, and you know, I'm a different animal on a record. I mean, on the record, I mean, you'll never know it's me. If you're talking to me person to person and you see me go up on stage, you'll be like, what just happened?
I'm also wondering about the philosophy of your music. There seems to be in the music world, there's a lot of anger, and that anger gets channeled into aggressive music and in-your-face music.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering how much of it is attitude, and is there any room for positive vibes in there?
Absolutely. I mean, we've got a lot of on my upcoming album, The White Lotus. We have a lot of positive vibes. You know, we've seen so much addiction with opiates and stuff like that in America, and you know, it was just really important to me to tackle that subject multiple times. You know, I have a couple tracks where I dig deep, and you know, me and another MC, we basically wrote, you know, what it's like to, you know, be at your lowest point, you know, where you're begging for God's help, you know, and you know, and then there's those tracks where I'm not taking out aggression on anyone in particularly, but I'm lyrically battling a ghost. Just to let you know that, you know, when I come hard, I go hard. When I'm, you know, when I transcend music into different things, I transcend, you know. And I'm hoping that, you know, some of the softer stuff and the different, you know, the different kinds of stuff that we got going on, it'll be, you know, there's something on there for everybody. There really is. I mean, we have, you know, anything from reggae to Slim Kid Trey from the Far Side. I mean, he definitely laid it out with the old school style, and it's just great.
Well, that's pretty good. And how does this make you feel? All the success and the connections and the people that you're hanging out with?
Very blessed. Very, very, very blessed. I mean, I couldn't have done it without Shane. So big shout outs to my manager, Shane Wall, and Boot Camp ENT. I mean, like, I'll tell you what, I mean, he's just a non-stop clock marketing, managing businessman machine. So he's always got something working, and he's one of the hardest working people I know in music show business. And for me to even try to match him, it's really tough. But anything that I need to do, I do, and anything that I need to to get done for boot camp, I do. And it's just turning out to be a blessing. I mean, I basically get to work with Waka Flocka on a track, which was really great. I mean, some people don't know who he is, but he's on a really steep rise. I mean, he's like the next Little John, and then some. Nothing, not to take anything away from Little John. I mean, he definitely had his spark, and he's still doing his thing. So.
Well, you've mentioned God quite a bit on the show today. I'm wondering if we could consider you a Christian rapper.
I wouldn't say so far as a Christian rapper, because a Christian rapper doesn't say some of the things I do on my album, but I won't say that, I'm not Christian and I don't believe in God and I don't believe in hell and the devil. I mean, there's good and bad no matter where you look in this world, the balance of the yin and the yang, and even in the yin and the yang, you see a little speck of black and a little speck of white. So there's always, a little good and a little good and evil, and a little evil and good. So, I just try to keep myself on a balanced plane and try to keep my music a little separate from my, religious beliefs and stuff like that. But sometimes I can't help it, I mean, if someone's down on their luck and, they're on their knees, asking God for one last chance. I mean, I've been there before, so, I got to write about it, I got to write about whatever's on my mind.
And as a white kid from Camden, New Jersey, do you have to earn your street cred a little harder than other people?
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny, when I was a young kid growing up on 37th and Westfield, what we had to do is, I basically just had to fight like every kid on the block. But after that, like, we were friends. So once I was friends with everyone on the block, it was like, man, they protected me like family. And Camden to this day, like, we call it CMD around here. But CMD, I mean, I got a lot of cats out there that I got love for. I mean, Payroll Records, G Money, Family, Fox. I mean, there's tons of cats out there. Strength, Hamza. I mean, there's so many of them out there that just are continuing to support the scene and trying to do good with the scene too, trying to bring the community together. But it's so hard every time we get something going, like there's shots on the block or something. So I don't live there anymore, but that's where I was brought up. So.
And who are your heroes?
My heroes? I'd have to say, are we talking about musically?
Well, let's start with musically.
All right, we'll start with musically. Musically, Jimi Hendrix, without a doubt. I mean, the man played melodic guitar. He challenged every obstacle in front of him. He took it to a whole new level. Muddy Waters is he's a big hero of mine as far as musically goes. And then to totally switch it, in hip-hop, KRS-One, he's a huge hero of mine. And Slim Kid Trey, The Far Side. I'd have to say Q-Tip from Tribe Called Quest. Some people who really brought true hip hop form, and Rakim, just the classics, and then even in punk, like Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day. I mean, I was 13 years old listening to 7 Inches, of 1,000 hours, and hoping one day I get to work with Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day, but those days are fading soon, so I don't know.
And how much does social media play into your career and how people reach you and your music?
It definitely has a place. Social media definitely has a place in today's market with the digital era and everything else. But I really think, if you really want to connect with your fans, get out there, get on the streets, do it like I do. I go out there, 4 days out of 7 days a week, and I'm out there connecting with my fans, talking to them. After shows, I'm humble. If they got $3 for a CD, and if I'm charging $5, I'll give it to them for $3. Like I said, I'm very humble. I'm thankful to be in the position that I am. So, anything it takes, but I really think that, to connect with your fans, you need to, number one, put on an insane live show. And I think I may be one of the only people who can play guitar and MC at the same time. I'm not going to claim that, in stone, but I definitely am one of the people who innovate it, and I do it on stage, and a lot of people are blown away by that. They've never seen it. So I try to bring a performance, and then I talk to my fans afterwards, and I'm happy to sign anything. Levitate Skateboards and Apparel is a sponsor of ours. They give us a bunch of stuff, so we definitely love to give out stuff to fans who really support, and anything we can do for our fans is, that's the name of the game. We need them just as much as they need us.
Mm-hmm. I'm also wondering about the level of violence that's associated with certain types of music, and here in Canada, where I thought it was always pretty safe and pretty relaxed, we're suddenly getting people pulling out pistols at concerts and things like that, and shooting each other.
Yeah,
that's not why you want to go to a concert. You don't want to have a bulletproof shield on all the time.
Nah.
And then I'm going, well, it's rougher in the States, and the States has quite a reputation.
Yeah.
So if we're getting all this nonsense in Canada, what must it be like at American concerts?
Believe it or not, things have really toned down since the gangster rap era, since the East Coast, West Coast thing, when we had some real life tragedy and some real people die over, selling magazines and pumping up drama. We had some, two of the best rappers of all time, pass, and here in the States, we'll never forget that. So it sometimes it does get a little violent. I mean, we have great security at our clubs. We have great pat downs. So, there's no way you're walking in with a piece. If you have a piece, there's usually, cops outside the venue. So we get a lot of, support from our local police. Not saying that they're doing much all the time, but just their presence there kind of keeps that negativity away. And I think hip-hop in itself is I think it's transforming. It's not about how much money you got, or how hard you are, or how gangster you are, or how big your rims are, or how much ice you have in your teeth. It's getting bigger than that. I mean, it's about transcending lyrics and talking about smarter subjects, and Mos Def is definitely one of those types of MCs where he just took it to a whole nother plateau along with Talib Kweli and, just a number of MCs like The Roots and De La Soul, Black Thought from The Roots. God, man, I love him to death. I mean, he's a great MC. And, I think, like, as long as there's groups like that who balance out the straight money and paper chasers, I like to call them, I think as long as there's groups like that balance those out, like I said, the yin and the yang,
How about the relationship of what you do to poetry, to other forms of music?
I definitely write different types of music. I write singer-songwriter music. I sing, I pick up an acoustic guitar, sing whatever's on my mind. I'm into poetry. I'm into art. I'm into painting. I'm into, the entire artist experience. And this is just one avenue, hip hop, to, let out. But the other stuff, I kind of keep personal to myself and to my family, and let them experience it, and show them that, even though I'm doing this and this might be hard, or this might be this, or this might be that, like, I'm still Marcus at the end of the day. I might be Premavara on a record, but I'm still Marcus at the end of the day, and I still have, a sensitive side. I still have a soft side, and I'm not afraid to show it. A lot of these guys out here, they're afraid to show it, like, oh, I gotta be the toughest on the block, or I gotta be the toughest out there. Like, dude, you just saying that you're not the toughest on the block. I've seen things that you've only talked about in your raps, and if you've seen half the things I have, then you really, you wouldn't be talking about them. So.
And what do you have for the future as far as hopes, aspirations, confidence in the future of the planet? I mean, you're the younger generation, you've inherited lots of crap from my generation. I'm wondering if you deal with that in your music, and if you deal with that in real life, and if you go, yeah, I think we can make something out of this planet, or, oh, holy crap, we're screwed.
Well, I'm always an optimist, so I always think that we can turn it around. I'm an active member on Edward Norton's website, crowdrise.com, and all you have to do is sign up to crowdrise.com, start a fundraiser project. People donate money, and it could be anything from going green to pollution to helping inner city kids just with after school programs, which I'm also involved with, and at Idea Performing Arts Center in Camden. So I think what really comes down to is I think it comes down to this. I think some of the younger generations really need to, like, when I say younger generations, I mean like, probably like 16 to 21. Right now, they need to really understand and fully understand the grasp of what we have as responsible, people, and our responsibilities as far as people, of taking care of our planet, of taking care of our neighborhoods, of taking care of each other. And it's no longer a black-white thing. It's no longer a race thing. We all need to pull together and really, try to make positive things out of this, and cancer's an epidemic. I mean, we need to start cancer benefits and do free shows and, do whatever we can, and I see a lot of these big, artists and these big, money-making artists, and I don't see them doing anything about it, man. I really don't, and kudos to Edward Norton for starting CrowdRise, because I mean, he started something that was so great of a website that just, you know, allows so many people to do so much for the country, for the world, for North America, for overseas. You know, you can get on from anywhere. I mean, well,
we got to go now. So before we go,
okay,
I just want to ask you one more time: how can people hear your tune?
Well, you can find me at Premavara Music on Google. I'll spell it out for you. It's Premavara Music. Just type it in Google, but PrimavaraRecords.com, ReverbNation.com/Primavara. You can get a couple free downloads there, and I really want to thank you for having me on the show. I really appreciated talking to you.
Well, I appreciate having you on the show, Marcus, and we'll be glad to have you back again. We've been talking with Marcus Lacavera in Camden, New Jersey. Premavara. Check it out.
Thanks a lot.
Paul, this is Straight Talk, and have a great day.
Thank you.
How was that, Marcus?
Great.
Well, thanks for being with us, and I'll get you again.
All right, sounds great, man. Thanks a lot. I really appreciated talking to you. Thanks a lot for your time.
And say hello to Shane Wall for us.
We will. Thank you very much.
Okay, bye for now.
All right, take care.
I'm the hardest to speak my life when they hand me the mic. So I'm just another gangster that made it. Go around your face with the blade, acting like I came here to shave it. They said hip-hop is dead, but I ain't come here to save it. I'm just trying to get my cash and bounce. Y'all niggas is whack, you burn faster than a half an ounce. Shoot the pallbearers just to see the casket bounce. I'm the sickest nigga, wicked nigga, ask about.
Lyrics come blasted out, destroyed with the faster route, no doubt. Leaving the whole crew assed out, leaving your whole squad passed out. Blowing up like a station that's gassed out. I can go round for round, pound for pound, taking any lyricist down with my sound. Success Street bound on a one-way stop, ready to lace every track that I drop. Ready to take the crown with every lyric I drop. Waiting for the people to tell me to stop. I'ma beat the pulse out the lot, reap the reward. Kill your plays plot, swing my sword.
Y'all niggas is whack.
Eagle on the track, feel the impact when I attack. You gas down to the draws, catch the eagle claws. Yeah, excuse me as I pause. Sharpen up to crush the eyes out your skull. You too dull, tower over midgets, we stand tall. I eat a fireball, spit a common star. Step and catch the triple R. The roof, the river, or the fucking revolver. That's what happens when you play with the bullet that follows. Blood money, killer dollars. I lay tracks, triple X. Music's porn, your heart get torn, playing with the devil's horns.
Yo, what up everybody? We got new hip-hop from Premavara featuring Styles P and Eagle, produced by none other than Jay-Z's producer S. Dot. Now on iTunes.